Wilders announces that he will not be the Prime Minister of the Netherlands. He announced that yesterday, stating that he didn't have the support of all the party leaders in order to form a cabinet. After months of negotiations, keeping in mind that the election took place in late November, the Netherlands is set to finally have a cabinet.
I'm here with Scarlett Karoleva, reporter for Riks Europe and political commentator. How is it possible that the leader of the biggest party in the Netherlands does not become prime minister?
Well, that's a very good question because it is very strange. I think it's important to know that, first of all, when Wilders actually voted the elections in November 2023, it was already very clear that they would give him a hard time forming a coalition because he represents everything that the past government wasn't. He represents less migration, less Europe, less green policies, and a lot of people from the left side actually fear this. So what happened is that they're trying to form now a center-right government based on 4 different parties, which is the PVV, the party of Geert Wilders. We have the Farmers Party, then we have the VVD, which is the party of Mark Rutte, and a new party called NSC. And the latter is the party that actually really made it difficult to form a coalition because at the end after the first round of negotiations, they pulled out. And this really opened a door for a potential left-center government with Timmermans, the man who is also responsible for the Green Deal. Well, this actually led to a lot of controversy in the Netherlands. The NSA then decided, okay, we're going to continue with the negotiations. But now it turns out that both the VVD, so Rutte's party, and NSA have actually sort of pressured Wilders into opting out for being the prime minister. And Wilders said it yesterday on X, saying that he had to give up this position in order to form a right-centered government. Otherwise, he wouldn't have the support of all the other leaders. Only the Farmers Party was willing to support his prime ministerial role. And he says that his love for the country and for his voters are bigger than his position. So that is something to admire, this political sacrifice.
And in an interview this morning, Wilders said that it is constitutionally incorrect and undemocratic that I do not become prime minister. What is your take on that?
Yeah, well, I think it's important to understand that in the Netherlands, there is no real law that says that the winner of the biggest party should become, per definition, our prime minister. Unlike other democracies, we do not directly vote for our prime minister, so it's not unconstitutional. However, historically we had a previous case that the prime minister wasn't from the largest party, but it's not very usual for something like this to happen. And we need to understand that at the heart of democracy, the principle lies that it is about the will of the people. Over 1.5 million people actually went to the ballot. They voted for Wilders, and they clearly said, we want things to be different. Some kind of how there are some parties that feel entitled to sideblind these 1.5 million voters. And it's a very sad case, actually, because even though you might not agree with everything that Wilders is saying, if you really respect democracy, you also respect the 1.5 million votes that Wilders received.
So what does Wilders' forced withdrawal say about the state of political diversity and freedom of choice in the Dutch political system?
Yes. Well, it says, first of all, that we have double standards. Because imagine we would, in a hypothetical thesis, imagine it would have been Timmermans that would have won the elections. And he would have been pressured to give up his seat as a prime minister or a potential position as prime minister. There would have been a huge debate on it. People would not have accepted it. So it really shows that there's actually a double standard in the Netherlands. And I think it's really sad to see that the Netherlands, a country that always says that we are very much in favor of inclusivity. Everyone should have their own political views. They are entitled to have it. Well, this turns out not exactly to be the truth, because you are allowed to have your own political views as long as it fits a certain narrative. And when it doesn't, well, then you're just simply sidelined. So I think it shows that even though opinions are equal, some opinions are seen as more equal than as others, and it's something to seriously think about.
And thank you for watching Riks Europe.